हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ जय जय जगन्नाथ स्वामी जय जगन्नाथ। जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा। जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी। नयन पथगामी भवतु मे नयन पथगामी भवतु मे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम। सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम। सीताराम 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 जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान। सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। सीताराम 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 जय सीताराम। सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल और हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल। निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। श्री हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जय। Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. So welcome all the devotees to the evening program. I request devotees to come forward so that we can give place to devotees who come behind, can move forward. So today's evening session we have Vice Gauranga Darshan Prabhu, and this will be the last one in the current series. So yesterday we heard Govardhan Lila, today morning we heard Ram Lila, and today evening we are going to hear Ram Bhakt Hanuman ki Lila. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. So I'd like to request Prabhuji to begin.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guroh Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunadhanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Iti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Aschatya Deshatarine. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. My humble respects to all the devotees who have assembled for this session, fourth session in at South Bangalore. Actually, sixth session, whatever it may be. So, morning we discussed about the glories of Lord Ramachandra and tried to learn some lessons from the divine activities of Lord Ram. Today, we will try to learn something from the activities of Hanumanji, one of the most favorite characters of Ramayana. Everyone loves Hanumanji, whether it is children or elders, men, women, everybody is a favorite character and an exalted devotee of Ram. So in Ramayana there are several sections: Balakanda, Ayodhyakanda, Aranyakanda, Kishkindakanda, Sundarakanda, Yuddhakanda, Uttarakanda. Many sections are there. Of all these sections, Sundarakanda has a very special significance. As the name itself suggests, Sundara means beautiful. Sundarakanda means that section of Srimad Bhagavatam, that section of Ramayana that is extremely beautiful. Okay, not that others are not beautiful, but this is especially beautiful. In such a wonderful episode, section of this Ramayana, Sundarakanda, Lord Ram took a low profile and allowed Hanumanji to come in front. Okay, in Sundarakanda, you see right from beginning till the end, it's Hanumanji who is showing his heroism. And Ram is in the background. He's sitting in Kishkandakanda waiting for Hanuman. Of course, Ram's remembrance is there throughout Sundarakanda. Ram is always there within the mind of Hanumanji. Ram is always there within the mind of Sita Devi. Ram is also somewhat there in the mind of Ravana. Right? Because Hanumanji created fear of Ram in the mind of Ravana. So Ram is there in the form of Nam, in the form of Smaran. But the hero of this episode of Ramayana is Hanumanji. So what is speciality of the Sundarakanda? Jiva Goswami writes, I think Jiva Goswami only, in one of the commentaries of Bhagavatam, he quotes this phrase, Sundare Kimna Sundaram. What in Sundarakanda is not beautiful? Sundare means in Sundarakanda section of Ramayana, Kim na Sundaram, what is not beautiful? Everything is beautiful. Sundare Sundaro Ramaha, Sundare Sundari Sita, Sundare Sundaro Kapihi, Sundare Kimna Sundaram. Okay, Ram is beautiful, Sita is beautiful, Hanuman is beautiful. What is not beautiful in Sundarakanda? Say that. Sundarakanda, everything is beautiful. Actually, Sundarakanda begins with the lamentation of all the Vanaras. As you know the story, all the devotees, the Vanara Sena, the monkey soldiers of Sugriva, went in the southern direction to search for Sita Devi. In that troop, Jambavan was there, Nala, Neela, Angada were there, Hanumanji was also there. Some prominent Vanara soldiers were sent towards the southern direction, which is the most probable direction to find Sita Devi. All the Vanaras reached the shore of this Lanka ocean and they found themselves very confused because they came to know that Sita is there on the other side through Sampati. But no one had the ability to cross this Lanka ocean. Different devotees were saying different things, but I will describe all that in greater detail, but let me just give the gist now. When all the Vanara soldiers were in great despondency and confusion whether they can cross this Lanka ocean or not, Hanumanji gave them hope. So, Hanumanji in this Sundarakanda is giving hope in a tragic situation. That's the beauty of Sundarakanda. So, Hanumanji gave hope to all the lamenting Vanaras in Angada's team on the shore of this ocean of Lanka. And after Hanumanji crossed this Lanka ocean, he gave hope to Sita Devi. And he destroyed the hopes of Ravana. And at the end of Sundarakanda, Hanumanji came to Ram and gave him hope. He created hope in the hearts of all the Vanaras on this side of the ocean. He gave hope to Sita Devi on the other side of the ocean. And after a while, he destroyed the hopes of Ravana and other Rakshasas. And after crossing the ocean, he gave hope to Sugriva and Ram. So, Sundarakanda is that episode that transforms tragedy into hope. Okay. So, this is the speciality of this beautiful episode of Ramayana Sundarakanda. And the conversation that happens between Sita and Hanuman is extremely beautiful, heart-touching. I'm not sure whether we'll be able to reach that episode now. So Hanumanji makes all the Rakshasas hopeless. Hanumanji gives hope to Ram. I already mentioned all this. So now let's discuss. Hanumanji is the most trusted devotee of Lord Ramachandra. Ram noticed Hanumanji's glories right in the first meeting. Hanumanji first comes in the disguise of a Brahmana to meet Ram and Lakshman. Ram could immediately recognize, you are not a Brahmana, you are a Vanara, you are Hanumanji. I can recognize that you are very clever, very intelligent, dedicated servant, known for his, for your courageous deeds. So then, when the time of sending all the Vanaras to different directions came to search for Sita Devi, Sugriva had sent Hanumanji to the most probable direction of south. And out of all the hundreds and thousands and millions of soldiers in Sugriva's army, Ram gave his ring only to Hanumanji, knowing that amongst all the people who are going in the southern direction, if at all, if someone has to find Sita Devi, it would be Hanuman only. So Ram trusted Hanuman, Sugriva trusted Hanuman, everyone trusted Hanumanji. Sita trusted Hanuman. So this is the speciality of Hanumanji. And when Lakshman fainted because of the arrows of Meghanatha, it was Hanuman who protected Lakshman. And when Ram became despondent, when Ram and Lakshman both fainted, and all the other Vanara soldiers became despondent, Hanumanji brought the Sanjeevani and revived all the soldiers. And you know what Jambavan said? When everyone fainted because of this Indrajit's arrows in the Yuddhakanda, Jambavan said that, is Hanuman alive? Then Vibhishan said, yes, he is alive. If Hanumanji is alive, entire Vanar army can become alive. If he is not there, we have no hope. We have lost the war. Okay, that's the trust that Jambavan had. So, yatha yavat rama kathe veera charishyasi mahitale tavat sarire vatsyanti prana mamana samshayah. Lord Ramachandra gave this blessing to Hanumanji. As long as Rama Katha is being discussed on this planet Earth, Hanumanji's glories will remain forever. Okay, that is Hanumanji's kirti. So, what is Ramayana without Hanuman? Hanumanji carries Ram in his heart. So now let's begin the story. So all the Vanaras came on the bank of this ocean, Lanka ocean, and they became very despondent seeing the extent of this ocean. So everybody was very morose, very confused, highly deranged. How can we cross an ocean that is 100 yojanas wide? 1 yojana is 8 miles, and monkeys don't fly with wings. They jump. So one jump, long jump, no one could have attempted such a long jump of 100 yojanas. 1 yojana is 8 miles, 800 miles. Did anyone attempt to do such a long jump? So the task at the hand of Vanaras was that now. Jump 800 miles. So some monkeys were saying that I will be able to jump 10 yojanas easily, but not 100. Some said 20, some said 30, some said 40, some said 50. Angada said, I can jump 100 yojanas, but I cannot come back. Okay, then what's the point? So like that people were giving their figures, their proposals, and Hanumanji was also sitting confused, not knowing his own powers. Then Jambavan went to Hanuman and said, Hanuman, why are you sitting quietly? Why are you so silent? You are the only person who has the strength, who has the ability to cross this Lanka ocean. So please remember your powers and serve Lord Ramachandra. Then Hanumanji, as soon as he heard these positive glorificatory words of Jambavan, he became very excited. He became very enlivened. So he made his body big. And he prepared himself to jump across this Lanka ocean. Now, we can learn an important lesson from Jambavan's attitude here. Leader is a person who is supposed to empower the followers. Guru is a person who is supposed to empower a disciple. When you speak some positive words of appreciation that empowers people, When you speak in a very disappointing tone, discouraging tone, demeaning tone, that makes them very weak. So don't speak in a derogatory tone. Anudvegakaram vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat svadhyayabhyasanam chaiva vangmayam tapa uchyate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita that don't speak in such a way that it causes udvega to people, but speak in such a way that it gives encouragement to people, that it empowers people. So let there be empowerment. So of course, when a child does a mistake, when a student does a mistake, it's a responsibility of parents and teachers to correct them. For that, sometimes they have to be a little strong in their speech. To that degree, strong speech has its role to play. But in all other cases, we should try to speak in a gentle manner, in a very polite manner, in a very encouraging manner, not in a discouraging manner. Jambavan's appreciation and encouraging words reminded Hanumanji of his own powers. Sometimes we may feel very incapable of doing so. When someone comes and gives some little encouragement, appreciation, and reminds us of our own ability to perform the task, and reminds us to take shelter of the Lord, and by Lord's blessings, we will be able to do it. So, those encouraging words will enable us to do. When you genuinely appreciate and encourage someone, they will be able to do something which they will not be otherwise able to do. So that increases their strength. But when you speak in a discouraging tone, that even decreases their strength, right? One will become weaker than oneself by hearing some derogatory words. One will become stronger than oneself by hearing some positive words of encouragement and appreciation. So that's what Guru does. Here is Jambavan, who is playing the role of a Guru in one sense to Hanumanji. And Hanumanji discovered the power within himself. So yes, all credit goes to Hanuman, but it all began with Jambavan's praising words, encouraging words. Okay. So then Hanumanji made his body so huge, and he said, Ramarthan Vanararthan cha. Recite. Chikirshan karma dushkaram samudrasya paran paran dushparan praptumichhati. Ramarthan, for the sake of Lord Ramachandra, for the service of Ramachandra. Vanararthan, to encourage all the Vanaras. Chikirshan karma dushkaram, I am going to do this unimaginable task. Right? Karma dushkaram means very difficult task I am going to perform. Hanumanji is saying, Samudrasya paran paran, I can easily cross this Lanka ocean. Dushparam praptumichhati, and I will attain the unattainable. So this is Hanumanji's boasting about his own powers after being empowered by Jambavan. What does that mean? Why is Hanumanji boasting about his own powers? Is he proud? Is he arrogant? No. The reason why he has to boast himself like that was that he had to encourage all the despondent Vanaras. Just by the encouragement given by Jambavan, Hanumanji felt a sense of empowerment, and he prepared himself to accomplish this unimaginable task. But other Vanaras, although they are confident about Hanuman, they are quite disappointed till now. So far, they were in a state of deep anxiety. Without finding Sita Devi, if we go back to Kishkinda, Sugriva may fight with us, Sugriva may chastise us, he may even kill us also. And that's a great disservice to Lord Ramachandra. So far, they were in a deep state of anxiety till Jambavan said this. Now it was Hanumanji's responsibility to encourage all these Vanaras. To encourage them, he is presenting himself very powerful. He is boasting about himself. You understood? So behind the boasting of a Vaishnava, behind a Vaishnava's confident reassurances, there is a lot of thought behind it. There is an intention to encourage other Vaishnavas. When someone is dependent on me, when I say, no, I cannot do this, I am useless. Out of humility, to show humility, if I say, I am useless, I cannot do this, and they will become hopeless. Right? They are dependent on you. Give them some confidence. Give them some reassurance. Yes, yes, Prabhu, I can do it. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll manage. Don't worry. Don't worry. So that kind of presentation is not boasting about one's abilities. It's assuring them that I will be able to do it. Don't worry. Right? So Hanumanji said this in a reassuring tone, encouraging tone, to boost their confidence. If Hanuman, already they are very morose, very despondent. If Hanumanji says, I am not sure if I will be able to cross, I will jump, I may drown in the ocean, their anxiety will increase. This is not the time for Hanumanji to increase their anxiety. It's the time for him to encourage them, to give them reassurance. That's why he said many other things, not just with this one shloka. He said, I can circumambulate Meru mountain, and I can destroy Lanka. The war scene has not yet come, right? He is saying, I will not just find Sita Devi, I can even destroy Lanka, I can do this, I can do that. He is boasting about himself so much, right? So, now Hanumanji, before doing all that, he offered obeisances to all the devatas, like Surya, then Indra, then of course Ram, and he is seeking their blessings. So, he is seeking their blessings humbly, and is boasting about his powers, not arrogantly, again humbly, so that other Vanaras will get some reassurance. Then he prepared himself to jump across this ocean. Then he said, Ramayana says, Yatha Raghava Nirmuktaha Sharaha Swasana Vikramaha Gachetavad Gamishyami Lankan Ravana Palitam. Hanumanji considered himself as an instrument of Lord Ramachandra's hands. He considered himself as an arrow of Ram. I am Ramaban. I am nothing but an arrow of Ram. Yatha Raghava Nirmuktaha Sharaha. Shara means an arrow. Which arrow? Not normal arrow. Raghava Nirmukta arrow. The arrow that is released by Rama, Raghava. I am that arrow. So, Gacche Davad Gamishyami. I will easily go to Lanka. Because Lord Ramachandra's band cannot experience any defeat. It goes and it has to pierce the target. It will never come back. I am like that. So I am like an arrow released by Ram. I will definitely go to Lanka, Ravana Palitam, which is ruled by Ravana, and I will come back to give the good news to Ram. So Hanumanji, although he is boasting about his powers, before boasting about himself, he offered obeisances and sought blessings of different devatas. After boasting about himself, he is saying, I am nothing but an instrument of Ram. Nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. Just like Krishna told Arjuna, Arjuna, I have already killed all these people. Okay? I have killed all these warriors who have offended Draupadi, and you just have to manifest their death. You just become my instrument. So without Ram's blessings, no one can accomplish anything. Hanumanji knows that. And he says, I will be able to accomplish this task only based on Ram's blessings. So Hanumanji, when he was boasting about himself, he was trying to boost the faith of the Vanaras. Even when Krishna, when he is boasting about himself, quote unquote, boasting about himself in Bhagavad Gita, Mattaha parataram nanyat kinchidasti dhananjaya, aham sarvasya prabhavo mattaha sarvam pravartate. Krishna speaks about his own glories. His boasting about himself is only to boost our faith in him, not out of pride or arrogance. Sometimes a devotee has to speak about his own accomplishments or the things that he is doing in a humble tone. When the devotee said, I did this, by the blessings of Krishna, we managed to do this. This has happened by the blessings of Krishna. I am grateful to be an instrument in Krishna's hands. That's the mood. So Hanumanji boasted to boost their faith, and he considered himself as an humble instrument of Ram. Okay. So Hanumanji is just moving across this ocean, Lanka ocean, in the sky. He is soaring in the sky. Suddenly, a mountain named Mainaka appeared from the depths of the ocean. So this Mainaka mountain said, my dear Hanumanji, you have to travel a long distance. let me serve you, let me assist you. I need to, I'm very much inclined to give you some assistance. Can you please stay on my summit? So Mainaka mountain came out of the water and he stood on the summit of that mountain and he said, I would like to offer you some assistance. You have to travel for a long distance. Can you take some rest on my mountain and then you can continue your journey? Then Hanumanji said, Mainaka, I am very thankful to you for this voluntary service. However, I cannot accept your service. He politely said no and he touched Mainaka mountain and moved ahead. The reason why he said no was, when there is a great task to be accomplished, you don't have time to take rest. It's not the time to take rest, it is the time to get on to work. So sometimes our eagerness to seek some comfort, some relaxation will become a great obstacle in our task. Not that we have to be very passionate to be productive. Yuktahara viharasya yuktacheshtasya karmasu principle applies in all general cases. However, when there is a serious responsibility that is assigned to us and the task is yet to be accomplished, lot of work pending, we can't just expect too much of relaxation, right? That can lead us to complacency, right? Patience, we should have patience. We need not be impatient. But patience does not mean laziness. Patience does not mean complacency. Patience does not mean laxity, right? So we need to be determined to achieve our goal. He just began, immediately some proposal came, take some rest. It's not that I have done half the service. I just began. I'm just moving ahead. So I can't take rest now. So he acknowledged the service attitude of Mainaka. Thank you. With all good intentions, you have come to give me this service. Please allow me to go. So this is one important lesson. Next. Surasa came. She is the mother of Nagas. So this mother of Nagas, Surasa, came and opened her mouth so wide and said, Hanuman, you have to enter my mouth. Hanuman said, why? I have to enter your mouth. Then Surasa said, Lord Brahma has given me a boon. Whoever comes on my way should enter my mouth. He is my bona fide diet. So that day's meal. Okay? So he should enter my mouth. Then Hanuman said, oh, Brahma has given you that boon. I must offer you obeisances. I must honor that boon. But can you please give me some time? I am going on a big mission. I need to go and search for Sita Devi and give that news to Ram. And once that is done, I will come and enter your mouth. Please give me some time. So Hanumanji, as soon as he has heard that Surasa received boon from Brahma, he honored it. He did not dishonor it. Sometimes a very exalted person, a very senior person, a very respectable person, his needs or his deeds or whatever he said or did could also kind of block our progress, right? Oh, so-and-so person, now you are walking. Some great person comes, you have to stop walking in the direction, allow the person to pass by and then you have to move ahead. We need to have that respect. We need to have focus in our work, but we cannot do our work at the cost of disrespecting a more respectable person, a more worshipable person, right? So what is the mentality of Hanuman here? He immediately respected the boon of Brahma. He said, my dear mother, Surasa, I definitely respect and honor the boon of Brahma, but not now. Can you please give me some time? Then she said, no, Brahma did not say, tell me to postpone my meal. So I should immediately devour you. But Hanumanji said, please don't say like that. Let me go. But Surasa opened her mouth wider so that Hanumanji will not be able to move ahead. Then Hanumanji understood, oh, then he expanded his body. He made his body so wide. Then Surasa opened her mouth 10 yojanas wide. Hanumanji expanded his body also 10 yojanas wide. Then Surasa became even bigger, 20 yojanas wide mouth. Then Hanumanji made his body also 20 yojanas wide. 30, 40, 50, 100. So when Surasa opened her mouth 100 yojanas wide, Hanumanji became as tiny as a cat or a fly and quickly entered the mouth of Surasa and immediately came out. And he said, I fulfilled the benediction given to you by Brahma, please allow me to go. Seeing his presence of mind and his wit and his cleverness and his devotion and respect, Surasa said, my dear son, I give you all blessings, please go ahead, you will become successful. You know what Hanumanji is teaching us here? One thing is, vyavasayatmika buddhir ekeha kurunandana bahushakha hyanantascha buddhayo avyavasayinam. He is very focused on his goal. While pursuing his goal of finding Sita Devi, Hanumanji was not being disrespectful to anyone. We have to pursue our goal, but on the way, if someone is coming, you can't just dishonor them and disrespect them. He was respectful to Surasa. He's calling her, my dear mother. Okay. One more thing is, when Surasa opened her mouth so wide, Hanumanji made his body big. And slowly, that got into a competition, right? Too much of competition. She is opening her mouth 20 yojanas wide, he is making his body 20 yojanas big. 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50. Competition is increasing. At one point, Hanumanji felt that I am not here to compete with Surasa. That's not my focus. Sometimes someone else's intervention could create an obstacle in our path. Sometimes our own ego, our own sense of false prestige could also create an obstacle in our path, in our goal. Hanumanji did not get into any egoistic competition with Surasa. My job is not to prove that I can expand my body as big as her mouth or bigger than her mouth. I am not here to prove myself superior to Surasa in expanding my body. Okay? Her mouth is wide or my body is wide. So he is not into competition. So we have to give up unhealthy competitive spirit. We have to give up our mentality to supersede others, to surpass others, to outsmart others. Our job is not to outsmart anybody, by the way. We should not compete with anyone or outsmart anyone. This is Vaishnava culture. We are supposed to render service to Krishna and Jagannathji to the best of our ability. Compete with yourself, not with others. Right? We can take inspiration from another devotee who is doing service better than us, but we cannot get into an unhealthy, envious competition with others out of false ego. So, no Vaishnava, no genuine Vaishnava would like to compete or supersede another Vaishnava. We should not be trying to outsmart another Vaishnava. We should try to cooperate with other Vaishnava and move ahead in our service to the Lord. So, when that cooperating spirit is there, when that camaraderie is there, when that friendly attitude is there, that pleases the heart of the Lord so much. You know what Lord Vishnu told Prachetas? Varam vrinidham bhadram vo yuyam me nripanandana sauhardena prathak dharma tushtoham sauhrdena va. My dear Prachetas, you know Prachetas? They are 10 brothers, sons of Prachina Barhi. They all worshipped the Lord by chanting Rudra Gita under waters for 10,000 years. After 10,000 years, Lord Vishnu gave them darshan and said, I am very, very much pleased with your loving relationships, your friendships. When devotees are friendly with each other, that pleases the heart of the Lord. And Varam Vrinidvam Bhadram Vo, the Lord will bestow all auspiciousness, all benedictions upon such devotees. Right? So Hanumanji did not get into any egoistic competition with Surasa. My duty is not to prove myself superior to Surasa in expanding my body. My duty is to render service to Lord Ramachandra. For that, I can take a humble position. All I have to do is enter her mouth, right? So there's a way of doing it. So let me do it. He entered the mouth and came out. He respected the boon of Brahma. He respected the stubbornness of Mother Surasa. Right? He did not become angry. He did not become impatient. He did not speak ill words towards Surasa. He did not become impatient. He did not become disrespectful to either Surasa or Brahma. He did not consider himself so superior or so great. Sometimes when we are doing a great service, we are handling a very big responsibility, sometimes there is a sense of false ego. My task is very important. In comparison to what I am doing, all these people's concerns are invalid, useless. They are obstacles. Hey, I am doing a more important task now. Okay, I am on a very important mission now. Don't just bother me with all this, right? So respect and acknowledge others' positions also. So Hanumanji demonstrated this by his personal behavior, right? So when Surasa came, he showed humility. When Mainaka came, Hanumanji showed respect and focus on his goal. Now, as Hanumanji moved ahead, at one point, he could not proceed further. He felt a depletion of energy. He thought that, did I become weak? Why am I unable to move forward? I have become so weak or what? So Hanumanji was very surprised that he is unable to move. Then he could understand, someone is pulling me back. So there is a demon named Simhika. She was holding on to the shadow of Hanumanji and trying to pull him back, not allowing him to move further. What does that mean? Sometimes there are some envious people whose hearts are filled with hatred and jealousy. They keep on speaking some derogatory words, some poisonous words, some toxic statements that will dampen our enthusiasm in our service. So we don't have to, in the name of tolerance, in the name of patience, in the name of humility, we don't have to be exploited by them. We don't have to allow ourselves to get exploited by someone's envy. Right? Yes, when somebody comes, we have to tolerate. The tolerance has its role. Humility has its role. But the tolerance and humility does not mean we allow ourselves to get exploited by others, or we, dampen our enthusiasm in our service to the Lord. When someone is creating an obstacle in our service to the Lord out of envy, we have to destroy that envy. We cannot keep quiet there. Then that will be disservice also. So what we should do? Follow Hanuman. Hanumanji just entered into the mouth of Simhika and tore apart her chest and came out. Destroyed Simhika, Simhika. He destroyed Simhika, basically he destroyed envy. So that represents destruction of envy. So of course we don't have to kill people, right? We can maintain a respectful distance, safe distance. If their comments or statements are giving us some kind of discouragement in bhakti. That's why in the Upadeshamrita, in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, basically in our Vaishnava scriptures, Bhagavatam, it says that a Madhyamadhikari has 4 types of dealings. Prema, Maitri, Kripa, Upeksha. Prema towards the Lord. We should love the Lord. Maitri towards devotees. We should be friendly with other devotees. Prema, Maitri. Kripa. When innocent people are there, ignorant people are there, you can show some kripa, compassion, kindness. But Upeksha, we have to be maintaining respectful distance from envious people. Let the envy of the envious people not dampen our enthusiasm in our service to Krishna. Let them not present obstacles on our path. We have to stay away. Maintain a respectful distance. Just because they are envying you, you don't envy them. Okay? Stay away from them. Make sure that their envy doesn't affect you. You don't have to envy them. Duryodhan always envied Yudhishthir. Yudhishthir never envied Duryodhan. Prahlad was always angry with, Hiranyakashipu was always angry with Prahlad and tried to kill him also. But Prahlad did not have even an iota of envy or hatred towards Hiranyakashipu. This is Vaishnava culture. Vaishnava never holds any envy or grudge or negativity or bitter feelings towards any other Vaishnava. Okay? But if someone's mentality or behavior or words or actions are obstructing our own attachment to Krishna, our own service to Krishna, we should keep a respectful distance from them. Okay. So Hanumanji just moved ahead. He came all the way to Trikuta mountain. Okay. From there he saw Lanka, the golden city. Although Hanumanji crossed this 100 yojanas, he did not feel tired. He was not exhausted. What does it mean? When we are doing sadhana bhakti, when we are performing devotional service unto Krishna, practicing devotional service unto Krishna, if our intentions are pure and if our commitment to the process is pure, there is no boredom, there is no exhaustion. There is no desire to take breaks, right? What is bhakti definition according to Bhagavatam? Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yato bhakti radhokshade. The supreme duty of every single human being is to perform bhakti unto the Supreme Lord Krishna. And that bhakti has to be performed ahaituki, without any material motivations, without any selfish agendas, personal desires. And apratihata, without any breaks or interruptions. When this is done, our hearts are completely satisfied. Yayatma suprasidati. Atma is completely satisfied to the degree our service to Krishna is unmotivated and uninterrupted. When we are not deriving satisfaction in bhakti, even after practicing bhakti for so many years, we need to go back and check two things. Am I having pure motivations, or is there any impurity in my motivations? Let's check our motivations. Secondly, let's check our consistency. Am I being consistent or inconsistent? Am I being irregular in my bhakti? Right? One day I feel like chanting, other day I feel like taking a break. Is it like that? So when intent is pure and consistency is there, then satisfaction is guaranteed. Advancement and satisfaction in devotional service are dependent on the purity of our intent and the consistency of our attempt. When our attempts are consistent and when our intents are pure, satisfaction is guaranteed. So Hanumanji's intention is pure and he is very consistent in his service. Therefore, he did not feel any boredom or exhaustion. Even after crossing this Trikota mountain, crossing this Lanka ocean, 100 yojanas. So he's still fresh, very fresh. He had a hectic day, but he's very fresh. Right? So, not only physically, mentally fresh. Sometimes physical exhaustion is natural, but internally you should be blissful. Nowadays, Janmashtami day is there, whole day you are just struggling. Struggling means serving. Physically there is exhaustion, but internally there is bliss. Okay. So then another obstacle came. Lankini, Lanka personified, the doorkeeper or the gatekeeper of Lanka main gate. She came and said, "Who are you, monkey? You cannot enter." Then Hanumanji said, "No, I just want to explore the gardens of Ravana. Because Ravana is maintaining his gardens nicely. I would like to just see there are any new fruits all." Then Lankini said, "No, without me even a fly cannot enter Lanka. So how can you enter? I am not allowing you to enter." So Hanumanji was just having a negotiation with Lankini. Lankini said that you cannot enter. So she tried to even beat him. Then Hanumanji became so huge and then just punched on her head. She fell down. She collapsed. Right? So then when she collapsed, then Lankini said, "Lord Brahma told me, if somebody overpowers me, if a monkey overpowers me, that's the beginning of the destruction of Lanka." Looks like Brahma has a lot of roles to play here. He has given so many boons to many people here and there. So then, okay, I give you all blessings, you can go inside. So Lankini also allowed. So now when the doorkeeper of Lanka allowed Hanumanji inside. You can just imagine what's going to happen, right? So he entered with the permission of the doorkeeper, with the blessings of the doorkeeper. Definitely he is going to destroy Lanka now. So he moved ahead. So he searched entire palace of Ravana. I need to move a little fast now because of lack of time. So he entered Ravana's palace and he searched everywhere. Ravana's palace was 8 miles long. Have you ever entered a palace which is 8 miles long? 8 miles long. And Pushpaka chariot is inside Ravana's palace. And he saw so many beautiful women there. So it's a night time. Who is that? Hanumanji reached Lanka somewhere in the evening time, night time. He entered. So that's the time where Ravana is preparing for his sleep, and before sleep they were just drinking and dancing and doing all kinds of sense gratificatory activities. Then Hanumanji was searching very carefully. He is looking at the faces of all women there. So he felt that I am a brahmachari. How can I observe women so closely? Is it correct on my part to do so? And that too, evening he waited, he was just going here and there, and they drank and they slept like that. They were just lying here and there. So at that time Hanumanji is searching. Basically, Ram described the features of Sita Devi. Now Hanumanji thought, Ram described to me features of Sita Devi. He did not give a selfie, right? Ram never gave a photo. See, here is a photo of Sita, search for her. Here is any video. We had some video of our marriage or whatever. You see this video and then recognize her. He did not have so many snapshots. Ram only gave a description of Sita Devi. This is how she looks like. So Hanumanji reconciled that when I am searching for a woman, I have to search amongst women only. And I am not looking at them in a sense gratificatory mode. I am just looking at them to do my service to Ram. So it is the motive, it is the intention behind the activity that decides whether the activity is pure or impure. Therefore, so let me continue my search. So he had some hesitation in the beginning, but he continued to do his service. So he moved ahead. Then Hanumanji, when he entered this palace, to cut the long story short, he saw Ravana lying there like this. Very huge personality. There were some cuts on his body, on his faces. Why there are so many cuts? They are like ornaments for a Kshatriya's body. He fought in so many wars and definitely he was wounded. So there were some cuts on his body, there were some wounds on his body. So they are ornaments for a Kshatriya's body. And as soon as Hanumanji saw Ravana's gigantic, awe-inspiring physique, his figure, he felt a bit reverential. Wow, such a great personality, such a great warrior, but became a victim of lust. He became very degraded in his character by kidnapping a helpless woman who did not have a protector. He did such a heinous deed of diverting Ram and Lakshman from Sita Devi, they were protecting her, and he just diverted them, and in a disguised manner, as a Brahmana, he came and kidnapped her. Such a heinous personality. However great one may be, the lust in the heart will make him degraded, will reduce his position, right? It will make him fallen. So that it is the lust within the hearts of the living beings that is keeping them in this material world. Otherwise, one can go to the spiritual world. Of course, lust, envy, all are brothers or sisters, whatever you may call, right? So he was searching, and after a while he was searching for all the women, searching amongst all the women, and he saw one lady who is just little apart from all these ladies who were lying there. And she looked very dignified, very sober, very effulgent. She is well dressed, she is well ornamented. She looks very, very divine. That's the power of her chastity. Then Hanumanji looked at her and said that it must be Sita. Definitely Sita. She is Sita, none other than Sita. Whatever features that are described by Ram are somewhat matching with this lady. She must be Sita. And Hanumanji just jumped up and down. he started kissing his tail. He was just jumping up and down, and after a moment, he suddenly changed his expression. Why am I jumping up and down? How can Sita Devi decorate herself in the absence of Ram? How can Sita Devi eat or sleep in the absence of Ram? How can Sita Devi be there in the palace of Ravana? It's not Sita Devi, definitely. Right? There is a shloka that says that Na Ramena Viyukta Sa Swapnumar Hati Bhamini Na Bhoktum Na Pyalankartum Na Panamupasevati. Na Ramena Viyukta. Without Lord Ramachandra, Sita Devi would not decorate herself. Sa Swapnumar Hati Bhamini. That Bhamini will not even sleep also without Ram. In separation from Ram, how can she get sleep? Even if it is 1 month or 10 months or 1 year, she will stay sleepless. She cannot even sleep. Sa Swapnumar Hati Bhamini. Na Bhoktum. She will not eat. Na Pyalankartum. She will not decorate herself. Na Panam Upasevati. Forget all this. She would not even drink water. And she is sleeping. She is not Sita Devi. Who is that? Mandodari, the chaste wife of Ravana. Because Mandodari is very chaste in her character, her appearance reminded Hanumanji of Sita Devi. Hanumanji was a bit confused for a moment, looking at Mandodari, thinking that she is Sita. So, that's the power of chastity of a woman. It automatically induces reverential feelings and respectful feelings, even in great personalities like Hanuman. So then Hanumanji felt so disappointed. So the final hope is also over. I saw all women in Ravana's palace, 8 miles long palace. I didn't find anybody. So what will happen now? If I go like this to Ram, what will he think? He will be devastated. He may even die in separation from Sita. If he dies, Lakshman will die. If Lakshman dies, Sugriva will die. If Sugriva dies, all the Vanaras will die. And when this news reaches Ayodhya, Bharat will die, Shatrughna will die, Kausalya, Sumitra, Kaikeyi, they will die. Then all Ayodhya Vasis will die. Better I die now. So he thought that instead of causing the death of all these people, instead of seeing the death of all these people, let me die. He felt like that. He got into little disappointment and some speculation. Then after a moment, Hanumanji reconciled himself, composed himself and said that I have seen only Ravana's palace, right? I did not see entire Lanka. There must be some areas in Lanka which I need to explore to find out Sita. So let me search there also. So he became little hopeful and he went to Ashoka Vatika. It's a very long description. I only have few minutes. So I'll keep it short. So he went and got into a conversation with Sita Devi. So slowly he won the trust of Sita Devi. And when Hanumanji, before even he met Sita Devi, Ravana came there. And he was pushing her. He was forcing her so much. Why don't you become my queen? You have to become my queen. And Sita Devi kept a blade of grass in front of Ravana and said that you are as good as this. You are insignificant, more insignificant than this blade of grass also. Tranadapi sunichena. Right? You are like that in front of Ram. I can never accept you. Get lost from here. And that was his morning program. Okay. So Ravana's morning program is he would get up and come to Sita Devi and beg her, when will you become my foremost queen? I will even make Mandodari your maid servant. Please become my queen. That's his morning program. And for a chaste woman, even to stand in front of a man is very uncomfortable in the Vedic culture. But here is lusty man who is constantly pursuing Sita Devi, become my queen, become my queen. It was so uncomfortable for Sita Devi. And Sita Devi was also surrounded by so many Rakshasis. All 4 regulative principles are regularly broken in Lanka. And Sita had to stay there. How austere it is. She was in great separation from Lord Ramachandra. Then Ravana became very frustrated and he told his Rakshasi soldiers, convince her first. Do some Ravana Katha, not Ram Katha, do Ravana Katha, right? Speak about my accomplishments, my glories, and then change her mind. And he told Sita, if you can't change your mind, I am giving you 1 month duration. If you can't change your mind in this 1 month, then I am going to have you cut to pieces and have you for my breakfast, right? So, and he left. And Mandodari came and then took him away, okay? Then other Rakshasi Stris started glorifying Ravana as per the instruction of their master. They said, Sita Devi, you must, what's your problem? He never gave such a proposal to us, we would have accepted it. But you are not accepting, you are so foolish. See, these Rakshasis, some of them had only one eye, okay, one leg, or an eye in the belly, or some donkey face, or horse face, or hog face. They are of different deformed faces. They were all tormenting Sita Devi. If you don't marry Ravana, then before he eats you for his breakfast, we will eat you. We have not eaten human flesh for a long time. And one lady says, one Rakshasi says, I will eat her hand. And another Rakshasi says, I will eat her leg. I will eat her cheeks. So like that, they were tormenting Sita Devi. They were torturing Sita Devi like anything. And she broke into tears. And she attempted to commit suicide. At that moment, our Hanumanji softly started glorifying Lord Ramachandra. And hearing the glories of Ram from a pure devotee Hanuman, Sita could see that there's a monkey who is doing all that. And slowly Hanumanji became closer to Sita Devi. He inched forward to Sita Devi, and Sita Devi immediately became alarmed. Maybe you are Ravana who has come in the disguise of a monkey, and then trying to win my trust. Why are you coming closer to me? Then he said, no, my dear mother, I am not Ravana's spy. I am not Ravana. It's my original form, monkey form. Okay, so I am Hanumanji. I am a messenger of Ram. And he spoke all the stories of Lord Ramachandra. It's a very heart-melting conversation. Maybe that one conversation itself requires 1 hour. So, because we have only 5 minutes, I'll cut the conversation. But eventually, to win the trust of Mother Sita, Hanumanji gave a ring, a small ring of Ram to Sita Devi. And Sita Devi accepted that ring and then recollected some beautiful stories and memories of Ram. And like that, they had a long conversation. And finally, Sita Devi got hope. At this moment, let me tell you one thing. Sita Devi had a doubt. Actually, Hanumanji said that, my dear mother, I cannot tolerate seeing your separation from Ram. Therefore, I will take you immediately to Lord Ramachandra. Please sit on my back. Then Sita Devi said, how can I touch another man? Mother, I am your son. What's the problem if a mother touches a son? Okay, that's fine. I have another reason. More important reason. Eternal reason. If you come and take me away, where is Lord Ram's glory here? If Ram personally comes and fights with Ravana, defeats him or kills him, and then he takes me, that is the glory of Ram. So Ravana came in disguise and kidnapped me. And if you come and then take me away from here, it's like following Ravana only in one sense. So better not do that. So I'll wait. You please go and immediately inform Lord Ramachandra that I am waiting for him in separation from him. He should immediately come and reclaim me. Then finally Hanumanji understood her emotions and he said, okay, my dear mother, I will do the needful. Then Sita said, I have one doubt. You are very powerful. You are capable of crossing this Lanka ocean and then coming here. Earlier, Sita Devi doubted Hanumanji also. When Hanumanji said, my dear mother, come now, I will take you. You are such a small monkey, you will take me. You will cross the Lanka ocean. Then Hanumanji felt a little offended and he expanded his eyes and showed his darshan to Sita Devi and she won the trust. Then after that, Sita Devi said, you are so powerful, you could cross this Lanka ocean and come here. Will Ram, Lakshman, Sugriva, Jambavan, Nala, Nila, Angada and all the other Vanara soldiers, will they be able to cross this ocean? You know what Hanumanji said? Just remember at this moment what we said 45 minutes back. On the other side of the ocean, Hanumanji boasted about his powers. I can do this, I can do that, to boost the faith of the Vanaras. Now you know what Hanumanji is saying? My dear mother, do you know who is sent as a messenger? A weakest person is sent as a messenger. In Sugriva's army, all the Vanaras are either greater than me in their power or at least equal to me in their strength. So I am the weakest Vanara there. So if I can cross this Lanka ocean, everyone else also can cross this Lanka ocean. Was Hanumanji cheating Sita Devi? Was he speaking lies? Earlier nobody could cross Lanka ocean, only Hanumanji could cross Lanka ocean. To reassure them, Hanumanji boasted about himself. I am so great, I am so powerful, I can cross this Lanka ocean, I can fight with Ravana, I can do this, I can do that. He boasted. Now he's humbling himself. I am the weakest monkey, I can't do anything. Okay, I can only send a message, bring a message. They are all more powerful than me, at least equally powerful like me. So he's humbling himself, he's maintaining a very low profile. He's presenting himself as very weak. Earlier he boasted, now he is humbling himself. So the behaviors of Hanumanji are opposite, but they are not contradicting. Why? Earlier on the other side of the ocean, he wanted to give confidence to the Vanaras. Now on this side of the ocean, he wants to give confidence to Sita Devi. In both cases, Hanumanji is consistent in acknowledging the emotions of other devotees. We need to speak in an encouraging tone. For that, even if you may not speak the truth literally, even if you present the truth or humble yourself a little bit, right? Or you may exaggerate your strength a little bit, that may be fine, provided your intention is to encourage the Vaishnavas. Don't take it as a license and speak anything and everything. Don't keep on boasting or don't keep on saying, I can't do anything. So be realistic also. But the point is, Hanumanji is teaching us that we need to acknowledge the emotions of Vaishnavas. We need to understand what gives them encouragement, what gives them strength, so what gives them hope. So Hanumanji wanted to give hope to Sita Devi here. There he wanted to give hope to Vanaras. Therefore he boasted there. Now he humbled himself here. Right? After that, what Hanumanji did, you all know. He burnt Lanka and Sita felt eternally grateful to Hanuman. But I would like to remember another incident also. Hare Krishna. Okay. Let me show you one more incident. Oh, it's done because it's only Sundarakanda only. So let me conclude with this. A best servant is one who accomplishes more than the duty entrusted by the master. A mediocre servant never attempts to do more than what the master orders, all the capable. A worst servant doesn't even do the assigned task. So Hanuman is the best servant. At least we should come to the second level of servant. Whatever task is assigned to us, let us do it sincerely. Right? So Hanuman is the best servant. So he came and told Ram, found Sita I found Sita Devi. So my dear Ram, please be happy. So Ram took all the armies to the shore of the Lanka ocean after Hanumanji gave this message. I fast forwarded the story to speak one more glory of Hanuman. So Ram brought all the Vanara soldiers along with Sugriva, Jambavan, Nala, Nila, Angada, Hanuman, etc. To the Lanka ocean. Then Vibhishan has been giving so many advices, good advices, well-intended advices to whom? Ravana. But Ravana is not paying any heed to the advice given by Vibhishan. So Vibhishan got frustrated and he rejected Ravana. He said, Ravana, I cannot stay with you anymore. And Ravana wanted that only. I don't want to stay with you either. So get out of my kingdom. And then Vibhishan took some of his 4 trusted servants and he came on this side of the ocean and then told some of the Vanaras there, I am Ravana's brother, my name is Vibhishan, I would like to become a friend of Ram. I have come here to seek shelter of Ram. Can you please arrange for a meeting? The Vanaras came and reported to Ram. Sugriva was there, Hanuman was there, all the other monkey soldiers were there. So Ram asked all the warriors, what's your opinion? What's your opinion? Should we accept Vibhishan into our troops or not? You know what other monkeys said? They gave their opinions. You know what Sugriva said? Sugriva said, my dear Ram, it's not appropriate to accept a demon into our troop. Demon cannot be a friend. Vibhishan is directly the brother of Ravana. Just before this war, he is coming to us seeking friendship. Maybe this Vibhishan's intention is impure. Maybe he wants to know our military secrets and secretly send a message, WhatsApp message to Ravana. Okay, maybe that is his intention. So we should never trust him. He is not trustworthy. In fact, I would say let's kill him. Let's kill Vibhishan. That would be better. Let's begin our Dandayatra on Lanka by killing Vibhishan. That is his understanding. Now, Ram asked Hanumanji, Hanumanji, what's your opinion? You know what Hanuman said? My dear Ram, I studied the expressions, facial expressions of Vibhishan. He seemed very genuine. So his expressions and his face reveals the purity of his intentions. He has no duplicity. He has no hypocrisy. He has absolutely no malice in his heart. And not only that, I have already seen Vibhishan when I went to Lanka in the Sundarakanda episode. Okay, so Vibhishan is genuine. We can accept him as friend. Then Ram said, then Sugriva asked, my dear Lord, what is your opinion? You are asking our opinions and we are sharing our opinions. What is your opinion? Ram said, Sakradeva prapannoyam. Even if somebody comes and asks for my shelter even once, saying that, oh Ram, I am yours. Ram said, I will give him abhayam and it is my vratam. It is my solemn vow that I would like to give shelter to anyone who comes for my shelter. Forget Vibhishan, even if Ravana personally comes and takes my shelter, I will give him shelter. I will forgive him. I will relieve him from all offenses. So to this degree, Lord Ramachandra is so forgiving. And seeing this nature of Lord Ramachandra, Sugriva was so impressed at his heart. And Sugriva said, my dear Lord, I am very happy to accept Vibhishan as our friend. Let's take him into our troops. This is what pleases you, right? So let's take him. So now let's do little analysis. Sugriva said, don't accept Vibhishan. Hanumanji said, accept Vibhishan. Lord Ramachandra took Hanuman's advice because it is in line with his mood. He rejected Sugriva's advice because it is not in line with Ram's mood. Did it create any tension or this difference of opinion between Hanuman and Sugriva, did it create any disruption in the relationship between Sugriva and Hanuman? They continued to be friends. Okay. So when Sugriva's opinion was rejected by Ram, Sugriva did not get offended. I am the king. I am the king, and how can he reject my advice? I am the one who has arranged all these Vanara armies to go in 4 different directions to search for Sita Devi. I am the one who brought all these millions of Vanara armies all the way to Lanka to fight with war. And I am the king of all of them. And Ram just rejected my advice. I am the king. He should value what I say. He did not feel like that. Hanumanji, he was not feeling that, see, Ram accepted my advice. I am very dear to him. I am very close to him. I am so powerful. I have, out of all soldiers, Ram has given his ring to me only, not to anyone. Means I am special, right? I am better than Sugriva now. Looks like I have to sit on the Kishkinda throne, not Sugriva, right? Sugriva's suggestions and opinions are not so valid anymore. So Hanumanji did not feel proud. He did not feel a sense of superiority complex. And on the other hand, Sugriva did not feel a sense of inferiority complex or envy towards Hanuman. Sugriva had no envy. Hanuman had no pride. And their relationship as master and servant. Sugriva is the king and Hanuman is one of the prominent soldiers. He was never the king. So this is the nature of Vaishnavas. It is Vaishnava culture. There is absolutely no, although there is difference of opinion, the difference of opinion between these two devotees did not disturb their relationship. Yes, everybody is unique in their nature, unique in their qualities, unique in their thought processes, unique in their working styles, unique in their tastes, but that differences in all these features should not disrupt their relationship and loving bonding. One devotee may want to offer blue dress to the deities, another devotee may want to offer red dress to the deities, but both of them are agreeing to the principle of offering dress to the deities, although their taste is different, isn't it? Right? So everybody, if we observe, the intention of all the genuine devotees is to serve the Lord only. But the style of their service, the nature of their service, the way in which they render service to the Lord may be a little different. Okay? So the difference in their working styles and tastes and moods should not disrupt their bondings, loving bondings. That will hurt the heart of Lord Ramachandra. Right? Now Lord Ram accepted Hanumanji's words. He rejected Sugriva's words, but at heart he accepted both of their feelings, both of their moods. What was Sugriva's intention in saying that let's kill Vibhishan? As a king of Vanaras, Sugriva is extremely concerned about the safety of the Vanara army, about the victory of Lord Ramachandra. With all the intelligence he had, with all the information he had, he genuinely believed that we should not accept Vibhishana into our troops. He genuinely felt like that, out of his service attitude towards Ram only. On the other hand, Hanumanji, with all the intelligence and information that he had, he genuinely felt that Vibhishan was genuine, right? Because he had more information, more intelligence. So to the best of his ability, Sugriva was trying to serve Ram. To the best of his ability, Hanumanji was also trying to serve Ram. At intention level, both are same. Hanumanji and Sugriva both have pure intention to render service to Lord Ram only. Somehow, Hanumanji had more information and more intelligence. And Sugriva did not have the necessary information. But his intention is to serve the Lord only. So we need to understand the intention of a devotee to sincerely render service to the Lord, although the expression of that intention may come in different ways. Right? So this is the sharp intelligence, refined intellect, refined character that is demonstrated by Hanuman that made him so dear to Ram in understanding his heart. Hanumanji understood the heart of Lord Ramachandra. So, by taking inspiration from Hanumanji, let us also try to cultivate this service attitude towards the Lord and try to use our body, mind and words and intelligence and Krishna's service to the best of our ability, and let's respect all the Vaishnavas for whatever may be their contributions, big or small, and let's try to cultivate loving friendships and relationships with devotees to the best of our ability. We may not have very intimate, thick, close bonding with every single devotee. However, we should at least not have any grudge or envy or hatred or negativity in our hearts towards any devotee, right? Despite all the differences of opinion. So Hanumanji is a very, very exemplary character in this beautiful epic of Ramayana. So let us seek his blessings so that we serve the Lord in a right consciousness. Thank you very much. Shri Hanuman Ji ki jai, Shri Ramayana ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. And I'm very grateful and very happy to be with all the devotees at South Bangalore the last 2 days. yesterday and today. And I got a lot of inspiration by associating with all of you. And I'm carrying many sweet memories. For the first time I'm coming here. I'm carrying very sweet memories with me of my interaction with so many devotees, and even yesterday so many children, right? So, and this place is very, very serene and very silent and very much in Sattva Guna, very conducive for japa and all spiritual activities. So these 2 days are very enlivening to me, and I'm very grateful to all the devotees, Swayam Prakash Prabhu and Suvarna Gaurang Prabhu, and all the devotees who made all the arrangements for me to visit this place. And their warmth and love and affection and hospitality also is very exemplary. Thank you so much, everyone. So I seek your blessings for my continued devotional service. Let me serve Prabhupada's movement to the best of my ability, without any reservations and without any ulterior motives. And that is possible only by your sincere blessings. Seeking your blessings, I'll conclude here today. I'm not taking Q&A for obvious reasons. It's 8:45. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Because tomorrow early morning, Prabhuji has to again leave to Bombay. He has to leave at 3:15 so that he can be in the airport by 4:15. So that's why we are not taking question answer. But however, let us express our gratitude to Prabhuji. In 2 days, we got to hear from Bhagavatam and the 10 characteristics of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, in that 0 doesn't have any value. So that's why we could not hear 10, but at least we could hear 1. And today morning, Ram Katha, and today evening about Hanuman. So again, we hope and pray that we'll get his association again in the coming days. We'll get to hear more. Let us express our gratitude by chanting Hare Krishna mantra once. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So thank you very much, Prabhuji. So please kindly consider to come again and whenever possible. So also there is this wonderful book. Prabhuji has written many books which we wanted to display it, but because of the time we are not able to show. These 2 books, the Bhagavatam Tales Part 1 and Part 2, which is very amazing book for the children with lot of stories, colorful photos, and in a narrated way, story way, and many activities. So whoever wishes to have the book, behind there is a Ganesh Prabhu standing, you can raise your hands. So near Prabhupada, you can have the book, and those of you who wish to take and get the signature of Prabhuji can come ahead and take. So, and the prasadam will be served in the courtyard. Devotees can go to the courtyard and